today we're going to focus on happiness for our holding for healing and sweet happiness, sweet happiness. I had the privilege of this past summer, my daughter and my 3 granddaughters came to stay with us. It was an estrogen fest, so poor Jeffrey, but my grandson did not come. He needed to stay and take care of his granddaughter. He had work that he needed to do. His partner and his daughter, not his granddaughter, his daughter, my great granddaughter. He was taking care of her, and so it was just us girls. And as you can imagine, in a household with women and Jeffrey kind of anchoring us, we were like on fire and talking, and the bathroom had makeup from one end to the other, and clothes were all over the bedroom, and suitcases were totally unpacked and all over everything, and my closet was free reign. So it was so fun to be together, just to be. It was the first time, oh gosh, since they were little. They're all young women now, right? And my granddaughters, first time since they were little. And so there was this opportunity for us to get to know each other at a whole new level. And each granddaughter and my daughter Sarah, in their own time, found a few moments with their mama Misa. They found after a meal, or while others were out taking photos or something, they would sit, and that was our time. It was my time to get to know them. And each of them had some burning question. Mama Misa, how do I? And I thought, isn't that beautiful that they know they can ask, first of all, and that they know that I believe in them, most of all, that there's a wisdom inside of them, and that we could talk until we could find the wisdom inside of them, what they knew they needed to do, because that's what mattered most of all. And I knew that my biggest job as Mama Misa was to get a spotlight on them so they could see what I see in them: their power, their grace, their beauty, their intelligence, their creativity, their sparks. What is it about them that makes the world better? Because if they see that in them, their worlds are going to get better. They just will. And yet I can hold tears, and I can hold anger with them, and I can hold the frustration. And they know that. It's okay to say, he really pissed me off, Mama Misa. It's okay. We can hold that. I get it. I feel it with you. And who is this woman inside of you that knows how to respond, knows it way, way deep inside? That powerhouse. Because as she sank into that in her, the depression or the frustration or the confusion or whatever was up for them, it lifted, right? She's going, oh, I can do this. I can handle this. I can manage it. I can figure it out. Her consciousness is raising. And what's happening is her consciousness is raising. She's getting happy, right? She's happy with her life. She's happy with herself. And as she finds her inner happiness within her, her path to her happiness becomes clearer. And each one did. One of them debating whether the man she was engaged to was the right man to be engaged to. It's a pretty big question. Another one, my partner and I are struggling with bigger family, right? Extended family. This big stuff. It's big stuff. And I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I don't know. I'm just sort of rolling, right? I don't know what to do. Or I'm struggling with my friends at school, or my lack of friends at school, right? I don't know how to fit in or navigate. And I know that their mother has talked to them 1,000 times and probably offered the advice they needed and listened with a big heart. I know there was a teacher somewhere along the way that tried to slip a little hint in here and there, held space for them. I know I get to be one more voice saying, I see you. I see you. You're powerful. You're amazing. You got this. There is a path to your happiness. And let me offer to you what I see in you that's creating that path, that can create that path. So now they can leave and feel absolutely wonderful about themselves. And they did. And I got photos for days and videos and love notes. And one of our granddaughters had put love notes all over the house. We had little post-it notes with all the good juice, right? All that. Love you. You're beautiful, Mama Misa. All those wonderful things that we love to hear. We love to hear. Hope someday we'll hear. And there they were, all over our walls. Papa Jeffrey and I just would walk around the house in delight as we'd see the next post-it note hidden somewhere with her thank you, her love overflowing. Happy. That's the family we want, isn't it? That's the family experience. Would you agree? Isn't that what we hope for, long for, seek? Is that, wow, could we love on each other? Could there be a little less stress, a little less tension, a lot more really appreciating each other? So today, my invitation to you is, what do you appreciate about you? What do you wish others saw in you? And if something comes to mind, would you put that in the chat so we can, if you want to share, no pressure, of course. Carrie says, hello, beautiful souls. How wonderful. You got to start in, Carrie, with saying hello. And feel free to do that too, just to say, hi, beautiful sisters. And this is what I am wishing people saw in me, or I love in me, that I want people to see in me. And Jen Heel says, my sensitivity is good. Lorna says, my curiosity. Connie says, I glow with happiness. Isn't that wonderful? Could be something that maybe is very hidden. Often people don't see. Sincere care and concern, Jewel says. Bettina, my sensitivity and softness. Sensitivity, Flory says, yes. Sensitivity. Maureen, sensitivity and compassion. Yeah, Ariana, I'm kind and supportive. Martha, I appreciate my resilience. Ooh, Marlene says, my authenticity. Oh, Susan, my love for them. Yeah. We wish they saw how deep our love goes. Darlene says integrity. Isn't that beautiful? So when you think about being in this energy, your love for others, Maureen, her helping heart, right? Ellen, my strength and integrity, when they see you in that, Marjorie, when they see that you can, the ease that others have sharing their experiences with you, when they notice how easy it was. Valerie says all of the above. I love it. I love it. When they see your integrity, your authenticity, how does that make you feel? Go ahead and type that in. Happy. Yeah, Maureen makes us feel happy. When they notice. Riley says acceptance and non-judgmental attitude. What a beautiful gift. Rhonda says patience and acceptance. Yeah, and Darlene's saying then she feels a connection. Lily says she feels seen. Yeah, content, Valerie says. Yeah. Yeah. And Pauline's noticing her kindness and caring for others. Lorna, I love your honesty. Not sure I can receive being seen. That's where a lot of us are at moments. Can some of you relate that fear? I'm afraid somebody will see that part of me. I certainly have that. Yeah, Bettina, connection and happiness you feel. And Debbie loves it when someone notices her intelligence and her sense of humor. Yeah, beautiful. And the first place to see it is, of course, in us, right? To see that in us, whatever it is. And if you're writing it down, you've already seen it in you. You know it exists in you. And if you're thinking about it, then the question is there, what is it about me? What is it about me that does long to be seen, even if I'm afraid for people to see it? What is that? Because that's the divine essence of you flowing through you in service. That is your essence. It's an aspect of it. Jules said calm, centered, a part of, and belonging. Olga, I'm afraid to be noticed because being noticed feels unsafe. Yeah, it certainly can. Flory, yes, for intelligence and sense of humor too. And you had resistance to admitting it. So that was a big act of courage, Flory, to say, yeah, that's what I want people to see in me. Good for you. Love. Maureen says, Jenny Heal, I've longed to be seen because I was not seeing myself. Yeah, that's usually what has happened. We're afraid to see that part of ourselves for a reason. Harriet says, the courage my journey has taken, I want people to see that. Yeah. Yeah, Marjorie too. I want people to see my courage. Debbie, what they may not see is how I really see their divine nature, despite how they see themselves. And Debbie, that is one of the hardest things for others to see. So sometimes we do need someone kind of in a different role or relationship, right? To see that in us. Susan, I feel I am present for them. Maureen, is witnessing Olga and Jen. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's right. It does feel unsafe to be seen at some degree. It does. Sometimes it's because we feel that we have failed. We have failed. Or that someone will have an expectation of us we're not sure we can live up to consistently. Does that resonate with some of you? That sense of expectation? Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm a really patient woman, but I also know I'm an impatient woman. Yeah, and most of us do. We're somewhere on that continuum from day to day. And we're kind of afraid that the very best of us is what people will start to expect every day. And then if I don't live up to that expectation, then what does that say about me? Does that mean that I failed? Or then I feel my unworthiness or not good enough. So it's better if I just don't. If I don't see these things in myself and I don't let other people see them in me, and then there's a part of us still yearning for the absolute happiness that comes when we're seen. That moment, the vulnerability where somebody really sees us. And if they really love us, they see all of it and still love us, right? I can assure you that my Jeffrey knows the very patient part of me, and he knows the very impatient part of me, both. And the one who holds the biggest expectation about how patient I should be, any guesses? You're right. Exactly. I have the biggest expectation that I'm supposed to live up to this standard of perfection that nobody lives up to, because that's not how human nature is, right? We're in exploration. We're not end results. We're in exploration. And what would that feel like if we allowed ourselves to see that part of ourselves and feel the happiness, the calm, the centeredness, the assurance, the beauty, the wonder of being that, not doing it necessarily, being that, because that's how we were created. In that moment that the divine envisioned each of us, they envisioned each of us as that quality, that beautiful quality. And as you stated, that takes courage. That takes real courage to say, yeah, this part of me, I see. And I'm willing to love her and embrace her. That part that truly fills my heart and makes me happy. I am extremely happy when I'm a patient woman. It's true. And with my granddaughters, I was patient. I was in my flow, sisters. I was in my flow. But there are those moments when I'm not as well, right? And they have seen those moments too, when Mama Misa's not so patient. And I still get to claim that I'm a patient woman. I get to claim it and keep claiming it and claiming it until it becomes more and more and more of who I am. But here's the thing. We don't want to deny the impatient part either, right? Because there's probably going to be a moment when that impatience serves. So if that day hasn't happened, but if the day came that one of my granddaughters is at the house and she needs medical care, and I take her to an emergency room and it's not happening fast enough, I guarantee you, I will be very proud of my impatience. Hey, I don't know what's going on back there. If there's something I can do to help, I will help. But she needs assistance now. So who's available and who can do it? And you know what? I like that part of me. I like that. She's strong. She's powerful. I don't want to use her every day. Thank you very much. I don't want to be living in my impatience. But when I need her, I want her to be there. So I don't want to deny that part of me, right? Yeah, there are exceptions. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. There is an appropriate impatience, and we all have that. We're all in this dance, right? We're all in it. Yes, I'm intelligent. And then there are days I can't figure out what word I want to use, right? We get to be that. We get to be it. Yes, I'm vulnerable. And there are days I'm not vulnerable at all. Yeah, that's right. The judgment we're most afraid of is one. Yeah, I will be hard on me. I will be hard on me. And what if we could sit around the table with people we love, like I did with my granddaughters, and we could laugh at how silly we are. We could just laugh at our nature. Yep, that's our Sarah. That's how she is. Yep, that's our Soledad. That's how she is. That's her nature. She's really quiet until it's time not to be quiet. Then she has a lot to say. That's our Soledad. That it's just our nature. Then we're in this continuum of exploration. And what would it be like if we allowed ourselves to be in that exploration for the fun of it? What would that be like? To let it be fun, let it be a happy experience of discovery. How would our lives change? How would your life change? What would that be like if you allowed it to be happy? I know I didn't catch everything in the chat room because there's so much there. What would that be like? I'm seeing love, a heart with the ribbon around it. Maybe it's just my nature to be in this exploration. Your life would change, wouldn't it? It does change. Expands, Lily. Yeah, I felt that with you. Relief, Darlene says. Maureen, flow more easily. Yeah. Curious and grateful, Elizabeth says. Yeah, I know. I love this energy this time of year to be in exploration. Be in it for the fun of it. Joy and oneness with everything. Yeah, really, that's beautiful. Mhm. Mhm. Sometimes, of course, I've never done this, made it harder than it needed to be. Never done that. Of course, I'm teasing you. Of course I have. Have you ever made it harder than it needed? Yeah, of course. We all do. We all do. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so what if we just let it be a little easier? Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Debbie, that's right. It is silly. As if we look at it, we can say, oh my gosh, that is so silly. Yeah. Being happy makes the little things not so important to worry about. It's so true. Yeah. That's right. That's right. We can't be our best selves all the time. There'd be no learning, there'd be no journey. We wouldn't come to Earth. We wouldn't bother. We were already in a state of perfection. We wouldn't have come to Earth. But we actually wanted to know what it's like to forget and remember. Yeah, delayed happiness. Very good, Genheel. Good awareness. We put it off for someday. But what if we didn't? What if we didn't wait for some event, some perfect partner who's going to love me? What if we didn't wait for the right house? What if we didn't wait for when I'm well, I'll be happy? Olga's talking about some acceptance of everything and peace. Yeah, that's right. If we invite it, what if it could be more fun? What would that be like? Or the exploration of it, even if we're not sure it could be fun. What would the exploration of that be? What if, with this time of year, I was mentioning in Gold Circle earlier, this is the time of year many of our loved ones cross over. In the winter, it's a big season that we tend to go. And yes, we need to feel our grief and our loss. Of course we do. And what is it like when we take a moment to be happy for them? It eases the burden. Oh, have you ever felt that when someone crossed over, they were in pain and they crossed over and you felt relief and then you felt guilty because you felt relief? And then it's like, well, but wait a minute, what if Relief is saying, oh, they're happy. How wonderful. How beautiful for that. Then go back to our tears because we miss them. And give ourselves those moments to say, wow, I remember. One of the great pleasures for our loved ones when they're watching us from the other side right after they cross over are the stories we tell about them. They love them. This is when they're finding out how they did while they were on Earth. So when you're spending time with family and loved ones and you're talking about those crazy, goofy things or the foibles about them, their nature, you know how he was always thinking he was in charge of everything, and then that time he wasn't in charge of everything. Do you remember that? And how we laughed because things didn't go so well, but we were having a great time. Do you remember that? They're loving it. They're seeing their journey unfold through your eyes, and they're hoping that maybe they made a positive impact. And every time you tell a story that speaks to a moment of kindness or joy, a single moment of happiness, it means something in their lifetime made a positive difference. And that feeds their souls for their next incarnation. Oh, that. I want to create more of that. That way that I touched their lives in a good way. That way that I brought happiness. So we help them in their journeys by remembering, even flickering, even if it was a hard relationship, even flickering happy moments, give you a gift and it gives them a gift as well. And that's what we came here to experience. We came here to discover what it means to forget that we're divine love and remember it and create, as we say in our practice, create a journey of our choosing. And for some of us, that includes, if not maybe all of us, at some degree, some level, choosing happiness, choosing it. So that's my invitation as we go into the holding for healing today, is to be in that choice. You may sink right into it and go in happiness, or you might feel silly like I'm feeling today with a lot of laughter in your heart. Or you might be feeling, Misa, I know, but it feels a long, long, long ways away from me today. And that's okay. It's still a choice. It's still a choice. And in the holding, we choose it, that desire, that longing to be happy, that happiness that's rooted in our nature, the nature that we know we are, and we gladly let other people see, and the nature that we hide. It's still, that's the root of our happiness. It's in our nature. To go into that place today and holding with me and nurture your nature. How's that? Pretty good alliteration, huh? Nurture your nature so that the happiness can follow naturally. Oh, I'm into NAT words today. Oh my goodness. All right. That is natural. So, you ready to hold? Let's hold. So I invite you to get comfortable. And if you tend to go very deep when we journey in this space, then you might want to sit up. If you tend not to go very deep, do the opposite, recline back. Helps you go a little bit deeper. If you need a blanket because you tend to get cold, that's great. Some of you get hot. I've already got my socks off. I have the fan on in a minute here before we get started. So make yourself comfortable. I'm going to turn my fan on. And we're holding that desire for happiness today. I invite you to breathe into the space that you are. Noticing the space between your breaths, each inhale, each exhale. Each inhale and exhale takes you to the space between the breaths. A small sliver of stillness and silence. Allow yourself to experience that stillness, yin energy. It's dark, it's cool, it's comforting, like the night sky wrapped around you. Invite that sense of still, cool, dark space to fill you, inside of you. It's calming. It quiets the nervous system. It's cooling for you and the planet. And by honoring that dark coolness, that stillness, we allow rest. Breathe with awareness of that restfulness, the cool night sky filling you from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. And invite that cool, restful darkness to extend beyond your body, as though you were merging with the night sky. Your nervous system so grateful for the pause. Allow this sense of stillness to anchor in your energetic womb space. We all have that space energetically. It is here within us that we are connected to the primordial womb of all life, from which we've all come. We call it space. You might want to merge into that space, dissolve into it, into its expansiveness. Or you might want to be held in that space. And if you want to be held, let your imagination bring you whatever you need to feel safe and secure. Here you are loved exactly as you are. There's nothing you can do to earn this love or to push it away. It exists as you exist. Invite yourself to notice your nature, how you were created. This way that you are, that is sometimes seen, sometimes unseen, but truly you. And allow it to be held in this infinite love. Notice the parts of you that are hungry, longing to be acknowledged. And here, invite yourself to surrender a little bit or a lot, being loved and seen as you are. This is sacred feminine love that loves the whole of you. Child of the divine. Loved wholly, completely. This is mother love that holds you in the moments of your feelings, all of them. Holds the yearnings to be seen or heard or respected, honored, felt. Honors with deep love the part of you that is afraid of it. Holds you entirely in your suchness. With compassion for your journey. And choices. Invite yourself to experience a depth of love that you haven't experienced yet. A new depth or new expanded state of love. Loving your nature. how you were created. How you were created to love. Your unique flavor of love. How it flows through you naturally. And today, for a moment, to consider giving yourself permission to really notice that part of you, to notice its divine qualities. Wonder for what desire pulsed through the divine in conceiving you. What did the divine want to experience through you? Invite yourself to open your heart to that longing and that desire that eventually became you. And if a little fear or doubt comes up, hold that in your love too. It's okay. Human is tricky business. There's love enough for all of you, all of your feelings, all of your potential. The fullness of your nature. There is enough love to hold all of it. Invite yourself to consider that you can hold more than you have yet imagined. Greater love and appreciation for you than you have yet remembered. Invite your consciousness to stretch. Hold the doubt. Hold any resistance with great tenderness and love. These are lifetimes of experiences you're holding. So very kindly, very gently, with great love, hold that and stretch. Giving birth to the you that always longed to be. Opening a space for her to exist. The happiness yet to be experienced. And the happiness you have known across lifetimes, meeting up with you now. Allowing and inviting yourself to know the light, the sound, the impulse, the pulse, the feeling of your beingness. That beautiful desire to feel happy as the being that you are. The purity of your soul. Your beautiful soul. And invite your mind and heart to take you deeper into happiness, into a more expansive experience of happiness than you have remembered yet in this lifetime. To crack open. Notice what you see and hear, feel, know, smell, taste. The I am that is you. Be alive in your nature, in your divine nature. Invite yourself to know this, see it, hear it, feel it, playing out in your life as a human being. To know yourself now and the hours to come as you're cleaning or cooking or driving, visiting or in your quiet moments, being that happiness. If you can feel it, let it expand, feel it more. If it seems a bit like a distant dream, invite the dream to become real. Welcome it in its right time, in its right moment. Invite that limitless potential to become your experience on earth. With the awareness of this, gratitude for all of these sisters and brothers, and this beautiful space we entered into together, that we co-created from our dreams and our nature, that we co-created from the desire of the impulse of divine love. Take a moment to give thanks for each other. And for love that is enduring. I invite you to take a few breaths now and bring this into your body fully. Big inhale. Blow. As you blow this awareness right into your cells, into your bones, that you are happiness, that it is your nature, and you are in this discovery of it. Big inhale and blow. Feel the air around you. Notice it has a temperature and a texture. This earthly journey that you are on. Notice you are physical matter and you're sitting against something physical. And last breath, we're coming all the way back in. You might be noticing that it starts to get, your third eye quiets down as it should, gets a little bit darker again. That's appropriate. It's quieting down your third eye so you can function. So big inhale, blow. Good. Let yourself come back in to that sweet darkness, into the body, into the yin nature of your body, and stretch. This is important. Stretch, make sure you can feel your body, and then very gently open your eyes. Beautiful space. Beautiful. Please do turn on your camera for a minute. Let me know that you're back. Thank you. Just want to know that you're okay. You made it back from the journey. Hi, darlings. Hi. Yeah, I see a hand waving there. That's good. You're back. Good, good, good. Good. All right. Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, lots of bright energy there. Take a moment. If you've got some water, this is a good time to ground. Get a drink of water. Make sure you're back. Yeah. And the reason, some of you know this, some of you may not, the reason you stretch before you open your eyes, as my elder said, it's to avoid getting a third eye headache. It helps you get fully into your body. You can rub your feet on the ground too, anything like that that gets your body stimulated, helps the third eye quiet down so you can get back in and be comfortable in your skin. Yeah, good. So what did you notice in that space? Feel free to put something in the chat if you want to. You're welcome, Elizabeth. So, yeah. Did you have an experience that in sharing it will help you ground it, that it was real, it's yours? If you did, you can put it in the chat. That helps make it real. One of the things we do sometimes in journeys like this is we say, oh, that was just my imagination. And then we sort of disqualify all the wonderful energy that we just brought in, the wisdom we just brought through. So if we write or we speak and we say, this happened to me, it anchors it in to our physical existence. That's what alchemical transmutation is, bringing these spiritual concepts and experiences into physical reality and form. Yeah. So there is power in many, Bev says. That's so true. And my honor, Grace, my honor. Olga says she saw herself as celestial family. Yes. And rainbow starlight. More loved, more beautiful than ever before. I've always seen why I was put on earth at this time and place. So grateful. I'm so glad, Olga. Beautiful. Yeah. So, Sue, that's part of our journey. There are always those invading thoughts, right? Those other thoughts, those doubts, those fears. That's part of the human condition. That's the part of us that doesn't remember that we're divine, right? And so we teach ourselves to remember that we are of divine origin. And the way I like to do things, I want to experience it. It's one thing to hear we're from divine origin. It's another to experience it and say, oh, that's my experience of my divine nature, because then it's real for us. So yes, that's part of the journey. That's why in holding, we go into compassion. So that invading thought pops in. That's doubt. That's fear from this life or another life. We'll hold it in love. We say, oh, I get it. It's kind of scary. I get it. I'm here. Just like you would a child, right? Child scared. Mama, I can't do this. I can't do this. They may need a hug. They need that it's okay. I get it. Of course, you're kind of scared. Of course, you can do this. Yeah, today, tomorrow, the next day, you can. You will. We need that love. So we're very tender with those in most of the time. What many of us find is if we're gentle and kind to those invading thoughts, they start quieting down. They're the parts of us that need love. So great question, Sue. Thank you for asking that. Elizabeth, I saw the way forward to a challenge, which I will resolve on Monday. Yay, Elizabeth, that's great. Okay. Good, good. I'm glad, Margie. Lily, I am aligned consciousness. I saw a caterpillar crawling out of an apple, and I was both, and the force that pulled them into existence, and I was raised on an apple orchard. Oh, Lily, that's beautiful. Harriet said happiness became tangible, visible. Pauline, I remembered the feeling of belonging and being appreciated. Yes. I brought sweetness and tenderness in. Well done, my dear, that you let that in. Jennifer, that I'm so much more than my ego sometimes would have me believe. Oh, yeah. Ego is that earthly part. We need it, but we also need to expand beyond it. Grace. When I asked what the divine wanted to experience through you, I heard grace. How perfect. Yes, because that's your name, right? To receive grace, give grace, be grace. And there it is in your name. And aren't we blessed to be in grace? Yeah. Oh, Marilee, that's beautiful. Love in the way that I represent. You experience love with me the way you felt it from your grandmother. Oh, how beautiful. That touches me to feel that love again, to know that it exists, right? That grandmother love. Yeah, and some thank you, space and serenity, Bettina said. And Lily sending love and blessings to each of you. And thank you for acknowledging that, Lily. Sometimes we have these really beautiful, powerful moments in our awakening. And sometimes we're like, what is all the fuss about? It was just kind of quiet. Or all my weird thoughts came up. That's part of the journey. That's part of our showing up for ourselves. And when you don't have one of those big moments, what I would invite you to do is get your arms around you and thank yourself for showing up. I came, I opened, I was willing. I'm still showing up. I'm still willing, because that creates the space for it to happen. And we affirm it over and over, and we keep showing up. And then usually when we're looking out, kind of out the side, right? Then it happens, it surprises us. So honor yourself for your deep, beautiful commitment to yourself today. Lots of body twitching, Valerie said. You were tired, dipped in and out of sleep. That's also fairly common, or to go somnambulatory. With journeys, yes. Then my elders would say, oh, that just means your consciousness went into the astral planes. It means you're doing work at that level. So be really gentle with yourself. Like, I didn't remember anything, but that's okay. Something was happening and it's getting you ready for a more conscious experience. So then you get to say, bravo, I showed up, I was there, and I let my higher consciousness work with me. Yeah. Marjorie, oh, you were in your mother's womb. No expectations of needing to do anything to be loved. I was loved for just being. How sweet. How beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Marjorie. Thank you. And I would imagine some of us would like to have that feeling. That's the other thing that happens when we're in collective together. We go, whoa, I've never had that experience. Wouldn't that be beautiful? The moment you put that question out in the universe, it's starting to form for you. Wouldn't that be wonderful? So in the way that I love to do it is we bless what we want to receive. We bless it, right? Then we don't have to be jealous, or we don't have to beat up on ourselves because we didn't have that experience. We can let all that go and we can say, ooh, that one for me, please. As my dear friend, you've heard me say, some of you have heard this before, my friend and mentor, Deborah Poneman, says, when you see something like that, or you hear it, you go, that's for me. And you commit to that one. I'm going to have that experience so the universe can work for you. Oh, really? I got that the divine wants to actually reveal itself through me. Yep, that's right. That's exactly right. And one of the powerful times we experience the divine revealing itself through us is when we allow ourselves to be happy. One of those precious times, precious moments. Martha, I felt pure divine love of my innocence. Oh, and very much a part of you. Oh, that's yummy. When we claim our innocence. Yeah, that's okay. I pretty much know what everybody's saying. I'm not too with spell correct. That's cute. Jen Heel. Folded in the wings of 100 angels. Oh, the divine intent and understanding of what the divine intends with your life. Beautiful. Kay's appreciating everyone's shares. I am too. Suzanne slipped out to a blissful state and would like to do this again. Where do we find a recording? Great question. So Jeffrey gets the recording ready for you and he puts it on. Wow, something's happening. Excuse me just a minute. That was a big energy movement. And the physical reality got a little slippery for a minute there. He'll put it on YouTube. So give him about 48 hours and you'll see a new Holding for Healing on YouTube and you can access it there. Yep. And Maureen put in the chat room where you can get this a version. There are many versions of it. There are infinite number of versions, but you can get a version of this meditation Holding for Healing at our nonprofit website, sacredfemininawakening.com. And Maureen just put it in the chat window and you can click on the 3 little dots next to that bubble. And if you click on it, it'll say copy. You can copy it to your clipboard and you can put it in a Word doc or a note on your computer. And she also put up my YouTube channel. Thank you, Maureen. So you can go there. Beautiful shares. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for opening up your heart and mind to be able to receive what was yours to receive today. That is the best and most important gift of all, that you held you in love. That's the biggest gift we give ourselves. So, all right, you are welcome. And I do see all of these and I do read them, all your thank yous, and I do drink them in. I gladly receive thank yous. I do, because they make me happy. So know that I absolutely feel delight and happiness in your gratitude. Oh, yum. All right. Did a couple more come in? I just want to make sure. Feeling serene. Good. You're so welcome. Oh, your first time. Hi, Diana. Welcome. Is it anybody else's first time? Yeah. Some others. Yeah. Oh, good. So let's give some love. Let's give some love to our sisters who are here for the first time. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for entrusting us in this way, because there's a deep trust when you go to a group and you're willing to hold loving space with people you haven't met yet. So bravo. Good for you. All right. So this is when I invite us all to just flip through those different Zoom pages. I don't know what to call them. And notice and look into the eyes of all these beautiful sisters that are here. I like to put my hand on my heart. You're welcome to do the same. And just, I'm thinking and holding a thank you, a precious, precious thank you. If you're feeling bold enough to turn your camera on, it makes it easier because then we can look at each other and say, wow, you, sister, helped me have this sweet experience of love. And I thank you for that.